It says in the year 1981, the organization's governing body decided to take on a new concept of organization. This measure, this is very important for all of us out here who still call ourselves gangsters and want to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Want to be the big bad wolf. They want to intimidate. They want to do everything. They want to cause strife. This, if you truly about what you say you're about and you believe what you're about, then you're going to pay attention to what I'm finna say. This measure was to rid our fellow brothers of the gang banging mentality that had plagued us during the 60s and 70s. Throughout the past 3 years, great concentration was placed on self-discipline and respect for each other's and others around us. Now, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention. This comes out of the pre-faith second resurrection. This is, and I'm going to read this again. In the year 1981, the organization's governing body decided to take on the new concept of organization. This measure was to rid our fellow brothers of the gang-banging mentality that had plagued us during the 60s and 70s. Throughout the past 3 years, great concentration was placed on self-discipline and respect for each other and others around us. The common sense approach to life. Mm-hmm. Respecting ourselves and respecting those that are around us. Our intelligence is what's going to demand our respect, not us trying to be bad, not us causing disruption and strife within the family and other families, not us downrating our other brothers saying, I don't mess with this brother, I don't rock with this brother, I don't rock with that brother, I don't do this here, this brother did this brother said that. Man, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? There's something wrong with us, man.
Let's divulge into that if you don't mind.
Okay, break that word down for me, man, because, hey, I don't understand that word. What do divulge mean? Break that word down, man, so people can understand what you're saying. Huh?
To take aspects of that,
yeah,
and make it simple for everybody else to digest.
That's what I'm talking about then. Let's go then. Because I ain't understand that word. That word was too big for me, man. I'm a really simple man, so.
That's what I'm here for, fam. Trust me. Okay, so if we're going to take that approach of what you described, it's the teachings of no big I's and little U's. That's what you just described.
You better say it.
Okay, so therefore we have to accept that everybody's experience and everybody's knowledge has a part to play in the collective growth and development.
Their experience and their knowledge has, if it's in a positive and productive manner. Because now their experience and their knowledge can be based on negativity. Their experience and their knowledge can be based on things that are not conducive to our acceleration. So if it's in a positive and productive manner, why certainly. Because let me show you something. We had a conversation earlier, right? Mm-hmm. And I was asking you some things because I didn't understand it. And I was asking you some things dealing with technology. And you got to breaking down the things to me using your information and your knowledge that you had in it, right?
Right.
Talking about algorithms and everything else. What did I become right then? I became a what? I became a student.
Yes, sir.
That's what I became. I became a student because you had some information that you was aware of that I wasn't aware of, but I'm asking you to help me. So I have to be able to be man enough and not allow my ego to get in the way of me receiving what you had to give.
Understood.
Okay.
And I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I got this one point because, it kept coming up, on the aspect of, everybody, thinking about gangbanging. And this might be a little off, but I just wanted to read this excerpt from the September 27th, 1982 letter. In the third paragraph, it says, being a member of this organization is not being tough. but being intelligent, which will dictate respect.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
and I just wanted to bring that out because you know that ties
I'll be
right
quiet.
in with what we just read back in the pre-phrase second resurrection when it was talking about when it says in that paragraph, this measure, it says in the year 1981, the organization's governing body decided to take on a new concept of organization. This measure was taken to rid our fellow brothers of the gang banging mentality that plagued us during the 60s and 70s. And that same mentality plagues us today. In 2021, if you look at what the youth is doing, even with the adults, everybody thinks it's about being a clique, and everybody want to be tough. But this is the whole. I mean, this is the essence of being a part of this organization. It's about changing the way we think. It's about being intelligent, and I believe that's what the originals really wanted for us to understand, that we must use our intelligence in today's society.
Okay.
When the floor is yield.
Well, that's all I wanted to bring out.
Anything you would like to add, Brother Bladen?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Let's put it out there.
It confirms what the brothers just said. Excuse me. The first sentence of the creed, and a creed, we have to understand, is that which we believe in.
It's a belief system. That's right.
Exactly. The first sentence of the creed says, we believe in the teachings of our honorable chairman.
That's right. So what are his teachings?
Now, before we get into what are his teachings, we must first deal with the reality that we are students to that. Which means no matter what our personal feelings may be, our personal perspective may be, we are submitting ourselves to the teachings of our honorable chairman. Now, with that being said, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's say hypothetically, and with all due respect to the organization and all our righteous endeavors, let's just say a guy named Tim Bob is an honorable chairman.
Okay.
So whatever the teachings is that Tim Bob has solidified as what we will follow, if it coincides with the 6 laws and 6 principles, we are subordinate to those teachings. Our standpoint as individuals and members should simply be based on the fact that the 6 laws and 6 principles govern how we view everything. And we
so you said the 6 laws, you mean the 6 universal laws of existence?
The 6 universal laws of existence,
okay,
and the 6 universal laws of mankind.
Okay. So
because if it doesn't apply overall, then we're misapplying the information, period.
Okay, so you and I discussed some earlier, and we broke down the word universal, right?
Right.
And we said that means one, and verso or verse means script. So if you use universal, you basically saying one scripture then, right?
Yes, sir.
One scripture. That's what it is. One scripture. One. Okay. So now, let's look at this word teaching, right? Before we begin to say what you said his name? Tim Bob's teaching. We're going to use Tim Bob, right? break down what Tim Bob's teaching is, we got to be able to say this here. Break down the word teachings. And it says the ideas or principles taught by an authority. And in this case, Tim Bob will be the authority, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, if we don't agree with what Tim Bob is saying, right? Then that means we have a responsibility to get on about our business when it comes to Tim Bob, then, right?
Yes, sir.
If we don't understand that, we don't believe what Tim Bob is saying, that we don't, or we lost faith in what Tim Bob is saying, then we got to get on away from Tim Bob, then, right?
Yes, sir.
And go do something else.
And let's go with that, because if we do something else, that something else must be in line with what we believe in.
Now, if we don't believe in Tim Bob, then we can't take Tim Bob's teachings and go try to do our own thing with it or add to Tim Bob teachings in, right? We got to totally eradicate ourselves from what Tim Bob is doing and go do our own thing up on our own thing, not taking none that Tim Bob has laid down.
Fact.
Okay, all right.